This one might get me in trouble, but let's look at this. Let's talk about this. The George Floyd dash cam video has been released. But it was released by the police to kind of put the information out there. Released by some Antifa-leaning person to maybe hope for some sort of disruption later on. As we know, in the trial, if all of these officers get off, if all of them get off, there might be more riots. You and I both know that's going to happen. There'll be definitely more riots if that happens. But look what's happening here. When George Floyd died, when he was killed, okay, that's what we were told. We were told George Floyd was murdered. George Floyd was murdered by Derek Chauvin because Derek Chauvin put his knee on George Floyd's neck, and George Floyd couldn't breathe. He was saying, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe." What we weren't told is the knee on the neck thing is that is a protocol. That is a move that cops are trained to do. They're trained to do that. Okay? You might disagree with that. The other thing is, George Floyd was already saying he couldn't breathe from the beginning. He was saying he couldn't breathe the moment they brought him to the squad car. He was saying he can't breathe. It's not so much he was resisting arrest. It's the way he was doing it. You could tell he was on something. We know from the autopsies that he definitely had drugs in his system. The guy was high. The guy was on drugs. The guy's heart was running crazy. He was saying that he's claustrophobic, that he can't breathe, that he can't go in the back of the squad car because he's claustrophobic, man. And they were trying to get him in there. It got to the point where before he got in there, he was like, "Just put me on the ground. I could play this. But I just want, before I do, what we have been told and what actually happened are kind of two different things. But with that, though, did George Floyd die? Yeah, of course. Yeah, that doesn't change that. Did the police go too far? Maybe they did. That's kind of where it's at now. It's like, well, the knee on the neck thing was no good. What happened there? I mean, if George Floyd was already struggling to breathe before that, did the knee on the neck thing have anything to do with it? His inability to breathe, or was there something else going on there? Anyway, let's play this.
Stop, look at that, look at that. Not even look at it, look at it. We can fix it, but not while you're standing on it. Okay, man. God, y'all do me bad, man. Man, I don't want to try to win. I don't want to try to win.
He doesn't want to get tucked into the back of the squad car because he's claustrophobic. I don't know if the music that's playing in the background is copyrighted, so I'm going to kind of chop it up a bit.
I don't want to win. I'm claustrophobic. I got anxiety. I don't want to do nothing to them. I'll roll the window down. Man.
See, he's claustrophobic. The officer's like, "Look, I'll roll the window down. It'll be okay. I'll roll the window down." He's already, now he's saying he's going to stop breathing. This is a good amount of time before he's actually laid down on the ground. He's already saying he's going to stop breathing.
Go up on me, man. Okay. We got the three. We got the three. I'm going in. Please.
He's going to count to 3 and then go in. This is like a routine. It seems like a routine here.
I'm not trying to win. I'll get on the ground, anything.
There, he said, "I'll go on the ground or anything. I'll go on the ground or anything." Okay?
I can't stand the car. You know it. You get in this car. We can talk. I'm hearing you, but you're not working with me.
Okay. Now they're struggling with him. They're trying to put him in the car. Let's see what happens.
God, I'm claustrophobic, man.
Once again, complaining that he's claustrophobic, which that's a lie. That's a lie. George Floyd was in his car, had no promise being in his car there, pulled out, and now he's too claustrophobic to get it back. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's sad that I guess George Floyd died, but people make him out to be a martyr. He's not a martyr. George Floyd burglarized a home. He went inside a home and put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. That's going to be your martyr? That's going to be your Rosa Parks? No. No, come on. Come on.
I'm gonna pull you out. Get in the car. What? No, you're not getting in the car. I'll get in the car. Okay, man, okay? I'm not a bad guy, man. Get in the car. I'm not a bad guy.
Now, this is over $20. This is over a fake $20 bill. You know? Do we need to maybe revisit some of these things? Maybe. But a fake 20 is a fake 20. That's a federal crime. That's a federal crime right there. Anyway. See, now he's still saying he can't breathe. He's not on the ground yet, and he's saying he can't breathe.
I can't choke. I can't breathe.
He says, I can't choke. I can't breathe. The guy is tripping balls here. He's not making any sense. So understand this. George Floyd is complaining about not being able to breathe way before he's on the ground, way before the knee's on the neck. Now he wants to be on the ground. He wants to be on the ground. Remember that? We all questioned that. I remember Joe Rogan questioned that. How the hell did George Floyd get on the ground? That makes no sense. This is why. This is why. Okay, and I think they're going to put him down here. Let's see. He's still saying, I can't breathe, before he's put down on the ground. Look at, man. Okay. I think that might be enough. Okay, so the reason why this is important is because it does change the narrative a bit. And some people will come at you and be like, oh, are you saying he died for nothing? Are you saying his death is in vain? I'm saying that he was on drugs, resisting arrest, tripping balls, saying that he can't breathe way before the knee was on his neck. Like, you are using this is like an altercation that happens with like a meth head, right? A meth head that's high on meth. And they died because they were resisting arrest and doing some stupid stuff, whatever. And the officers, like, how could they trust him saying, I can't breathe, when he was saying that from the beginning. He was saying that from the beginning. If you want to say that Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd, good luck on that. Good luck on that, because that's the charge, right? Isn't that the charge? Remind me if I'm wrong there. A felony murder. A felony murder. That's the charge on Derek Chauvin. Good luck on that. You're not going to be able to prove that. They're not going to be able to prove that. Derek Chauvin's going to get off on felony murder or a felony homicide, right? That's the charge. Correct me in the comment section. There's no way this is a felony homicide. No way. You could. I don't know what you could bring it down to. Because anymore, just being, it seems like, okay, well, if he was already struggling to breathe from the beginning, why did the officer put his knee on his neck? How is that helpful? Did they just not trust him? Because, I mean, he's panting and raving and going on. He clearly needed an EMS, which I believe they called, which is why the EMS arrived, like, right then. But it was too late because Derek Chauvin couldn't breathe. Died. People frame this as a public lynching, as an execution, when it wasn't. It's not that. It's not an execution. You know, people paint this narrative that Derek Chauvin just wanted to kill George Floyd that day. He was a white supremacist that just wanted to kill a darkie. No. It's a little bit more muddled. And Let me just end it here, though. Should the knee be on the neck? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not really savvy about police procedures. It looks like that's something that they're trained to do, because you see cops do that quite a bit, which means that's in their training. That's something they're trained to do. So maybe address that. Anyway, what do y'all think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's make it spicy in the chat. What do you think is going to happen to the police? You think they're going to get off? And what happens when they get off? What's going to happen? Regardless what happens, I would say arm up and get plenty of ammo, because the next wave of riots are going to be fucking crazy. Anyway, y'all take it easy.